I am actually going to do this HIV test home kit to get a result. And I'm doing this because I want to know for myself. And it comes in a case like this. So I'm going to start. It says to take the test tube package, which is this right here, and open it. It says pull out lower drawer and take out the packet labeled test tube, which this is it. Now tear open the packet to remove the test tube. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay. So here's the test tube. And then it says, be careful, there is liquid at the bottom of this tube. Hold the tube upright. Gently pop off the top here. Pop off the test tube cap. Do not twist. Put the test tube in the holder labeled test tube holder, which is on this kit. So I'm going to pop this open, and you can hear it make noise. So it said not to touch it, so I'm going to put the cap over here and put this in this little thing here, just like it tells me to. Oh, there we go. All right. It says if the liquid spills or there is liquid on the vial, the test will not work. You will need to get another test. Okay. Then it tells me now from the drawer, remove the packet labeled test strip. Now tear open the packet and remove the test strip. Now this is not wet inside at all, so I wanted to make sure there. Okay, so I'm going to open this up. And you do not want to touch this side. This is the next step. Make sure your timer is ready to be used, but do not start it yet. So I actually have my clock, and I will just be watching the time because I'm on my phone right now. So it says make sure your timer is ready, but do not start it yet. Gently swipe the pad along your upper gums once, and then your lower gums once. So here I go. Oh, this stuff tastes terrible. And then it says, note, follow the instructions very carefully. Then it says, put the test strip directly into the test tube where indicated in the test stick holder. Okay. There it went. Okay. Write down the time start. So it does give you a little pencil here. And I'm going to write down that it is 6:50 p.m. Okay. Start time. In the space to the right. Oh, it gives you a space over here. I didn't even notice it. It was start time is 6:50 p.m. Okay, so I need to wait until it is 10 after. So while I do that, I'm just going to read some of this stuff, or actually just talk a little bit about the importance of this test. I recently just had, my husband and I decided that we wanted to do life insurance. And when you do life insurance, they do test you for HIV. So this stuff was awful, and I'm going to take a drink now. So anyway, I have not gotten a verbal or a letter back stating that I am negative. And so I I did see that they did take the money out. And I think I'm supposed to, there. Oh, so I do see that it's climbing up there. Okay. Says no, do not take test stick out of the test tube or your results will be wrong. So it's in there and I haven't taken it out. So it's kind of a weird little situation here. It says open. Oh, really? The test still window will turn pink for a few minutes. This is normal. Okay, so it is definitely doing that. So I'm waiting. And so anyway, they did pull the funds out of our bank account. So I'm pretty sure that my test was negative. However, I had decided that I wanted to do this test at home and record it because I felt like there's no better way to find out than to find out yourself. And I didn't know that these tests were available, and I bought this at Walgreens. It was super cinchy. Yeah, it was a little uncomfortable to ask for or not ask for it, but check out with it. I really didn't have to give her any explanation at all. I just asked if I could buy it. It was at the pharmacy part, and so that's what I did. So anyway, as we're waiting here, because we have to wait. Let's see, why does it say we have to wait? It says in the space, write down the time when you put the test stick into the test tube. This is your start time. So 6:50 was my start time, so it's been like 4 minutes. Under that, write down the 20 minutes time for the start. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, well, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. So it'd be 7, 10. And then under that, write down 40 minutes start time. This is the expiration time. After this 40 minutes, your results are not accurate. See step 8. So the expiration would be like 20 more minutes after that would be 7:30. Does it say? So it says 20 and then 40 and then so let's see. Let me go back. Let me just make sure I'm doing this right. It's doing its thing here. Okay. So swipe. Okay. It did say at the very beginning. This booklet, this little thing is pretty kind of cool. Okay, so it says you read your results in 20 minutes after you start. You must read your results between 20 and 40 minutes after you start the test. After 40 minutes, the results are no longer accurate. So, wait time. I'm waiting right now, 20 minutes. Read time is from 40 to 20, so that's another 20 minutes. So 20 more minutes after that. So it says under that, write the 40 minutes from start time. So 40 minutes from start time would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So 7:30. Is that right? 7, 10. Okay, so 10 after, so it'd be 7:30. Yes, that would be the expiration of this test. I'm also going to write on here the date, which is, I'm not even sure what the day is. Well, it's December. The 22nd, I think, is 2. So right now, I've written all that down, and we are waiting. Open the flap to the right and fold to remain open so that it covers the stick. Okay. All right. Do not read results before 20 minutes. You have passed or you may get a wrong result. Okay. Alrighty. Once the results are ready, you must read your results between 20 and 40 minutes from the start time. So at 7:10, which is in about 12 minutes, no, 17 minutes. Um, wow, that's just really weird. They they really, it's kind of cool that they have all this and that you can do it at home. I think everybody should take this test. And I was freaking out this whole last week because I was thinking, because I always thought that they would test you prior to any surgery, and they do not. They have to have your consent to do any kind of um, STD drug tests, or not drug, but tests. So anything that's sexually transmitted diseases, they have to ask your permission and have a consent from you. And I didn't know that. So I had a surgery in 2007, and I thought, oh, well, I didn't hear anything, so I must be okay. And then in 2000, I've been married twice. Um, I've had I've had this test before, and it was very scary. Let's just say that was very scary, and but it's been years since I've actually had it again. I did do it for life insurance years ago, and that was also kind of a scary thing. Um, they drew blood for that one, so it is kind of one of those things that's kind of daunting. You kind of you are a little bit nervous and afraid because what if I do have it? What am I going to do? Well, they have a lot of things now for you. And there is a gal that really knows her stuff. She is living with it, and you would never know it. But she's very active in talking about it, and I learned quite a bit from her. However, they do not test you before surgeries. You would think that that would be mandatory, because think about all the tissues they're touching in your body or whatever they're doing. I had a total hysterectomy in 2008, and then in 2010 I had back surgery, and in 2016 I had neck surgery. A little scar right here from that. So I always thought, they are testing me for sure every time. So that's why I went with that. I was like, hey, they they totally tested me for it, or they wouldn't have gone through with the surgery, or I would know. Well, that's not true. So the other thing is that, let's talk about some of the signs of what I've learned over this last week. Symptoms. Usually, if you've been infected by someone who has HIV, what happens is that your body, within the next 2 to 4 weeks, um, you will possibly have some symptoms that may just seem like normal little things. You could get a fever is one of the highest things, one of the things that almost everybody gets. The other thing that you could get is a rash. It could be on your lips, and it could be on your hands, um, and it's usually itchy. Um, Also, you can have night sweats where you just like literally drench the bed. Um, you can have flu-like symptoms. Um, you and these things tend to go away. You can get swollen lymph nodes. You have them on your neck, behind your ears. Um, those will swell, kind of like you're sick. That's where this where HIV HIV lives is it attacks your immune system. So anyway, so your body's trying to get used to this new virus that's been introduced to your body, and it's not really that easy for it's not as easy for a man to catch it as it is for a female, of that is not like that's in a relationship as a like men are more likely to get it from one another because they're um, being intimate, and it's in a way that could cause bleeding or tearing, and that's what this needs in order to enter the body. And so a man um, that is just a normal man having sex with a normal woman, there's very little chance of you contracting it, because there's not there. It's just got to be like the perfect storm, because it would have to enter that hole, and it would have to contract. You'd have to get that in your bloodstream that way. Sorry, my husband just walked in. He knows I'm doing this, but I got a phone call, and it didn't work out for me to do this like right when I wanted to. Okay, so I have 6 minutes left, and then my read time starts, and then I can read it for 20 minutes. It says, open the flap to the right and fold it to remain open so that it covers the test strip. Do not read the results before 20 minutes have passed, or you may get a wrong result. Once your results are ready, you must read the results between 20 and 40 minutes from the start time you wrote down. So 6:50 is when I started, which was 10 till 7, and now it is 5 after, so I have 5 minutes. And this is called OraQuick. It was purchased for, I think it cost me $42. Not a bad thing. It's going to be cheaper than going to a doctor. And the nice thing is it's privately done at home. Am I a little nervous? Yeah. I've been worried about it all week. I kind of have not had anybody tell me one way or another ever that yeah, I've not had somebody actually tell me whether I was positive or not. I've just always, like, if you get your insurance, you must have been okay. I think that that's kind of wrong. I think that we should be able to know, um, if the results. I think those should be sent to us. Um, anyway, I was telling you some of the things that can happen. For a female to be infected, of course, it's much easier for us to get it, because if we have sex with a man that is HIV positive, and it you can get it through blood, semen, and vaginal secretions and fluids. You cannot get it from saliva. You cannot get it from like eating from somebody else. You cannot get it from a toilet. You cannot get it. You cannot get it unless you have that blood go into your stream somehow. Right now they have a pill, which is very awesome. It's one pill, has 3 medicines in it. Some people have to take 3 pills, but they do have one. It's called PrEP, and it actually takes, I don't know that much about the cells and all that. If you really want to know about it, get on YouTube and put in HIV, and you will listen to people, and you will hear people. I physically are I just really enjoyed the girl that I listened to, and I listened to her just about every day. And I was just so worried and just wanted some kind of peace of mind. Have I had any of those symptoms? I have had things that have happened, but I've not had all of them happen at once. So I'm kind of thinking I'm not really too worried about it. Okay, so we've got a couple minutes here. Put my glasses on so I can kind of read here. Let's see. What else does this say? It says, reading your results. Close flap. Close flap on the right and see your results. Compare the test strip to the picture described on page 7B. Oh. Oh, okay, and it shows the positive results and negative results. So negative is if you have one line next to the C and no line next to the T, your test result is negative. If it's a positive result, I will see any line, even a flat line. Positive, if you have two lines, one next to the C and any line next to the T, even a front one, you may have HIV. So it's very important that you pay attention. It is, I'm just going to do a couple more seconds just to wait. If your results is negative, please read the booklet from the lower pocket drawer, what your results mean to you, to learn what it means to be sure your results is correct. So that's there. If your results do not look like the above examples, or there are no lines on the test stick, your test is not working. For questions, it has where I could call. So it is now 7:10. I am glad I'm recording this, and I am glad that I had to look to make sure I was. It's been 22 minutes, so I think I'm gonna just, or does it say 46.5? Not sure. Anyway, so I'm gonna give it just a couple more minutes because it says read time. Well, actually, I'm not. It's time. It is 7:12, and I'm going to look at my results because it says start time is 6:50 p.m. It is now 10 after, which that is 20 minutes. That's 5, 10, 15, 20. And I am going to look at my results now. And yay. I am going to show you. I'm going to take it out of this now. That is a little bit gross, but can you see that? It is 1. Let's see. One line. That's it. That's wonderful. So I have a negative result. Negative. Can you see that? Yep, there we go. Negative. Very easily done. Let me show you what it kind of looked like. Here, it had this little flap that was over it, so I didn't see it. So when I did it over, it was like that. It shows what you should see. Let's see. Let me go back. Oh no, that's what it is. It's like the negative part of the test right here. So I'm HIV negative. So I do not have HIV. So this was incredibly an easy test. I don't know what the bag is for. But it comes in the drawer, comes with a cute little pencil, comes with this part right here where you write down your times. tells you how to write it down. Super cinchy. I am elated. If it had been a positive result, I would have, with no doubt, I would have gone to a physician and gotten checked. I am so relieved. This is my own test, and I was a little nervous of taking it. I know the test results are not going to stay there, and I do want to take a picture of it, because this is a huge thing for me. I have been fretting about it all week, and I didn't have to do that. I could have taken this test so much sooner. The reason they have you write down the last number is so that you don't miss that time frame. And obviously it turned all pink, like a pink color, and when I turned that flap over, it kept it from me. So I didn't know what it was doing. It was a really easy test. I think really this is a little bit more than a person needs. I think they could have downsized it in the box. I think they just didn't want it to move around a whole bunch, so I think that's why. But yeah, guys, please test once. This is a very accurate test. Now I feel better. Now I'm going to be able to sleep and feel better. Now I know for sure. I'm not someone that's going to have risky sex with anybody. I'm married. But anything that was prior to my relationship, or anything that like, my husband and I are both negative, and I'm very excited and happy about that. I am going to post this. I don't know that I can cut anything out. But you know, I was nervous talking about it and doing it, and I'm glad that I have the result I have. So, guys, go get tested. Well, take the test. This was called OraQuick. It comes in a box like this, and you can get it at Walgreens. It's right on the shelf. You don't have to ask. It's by the pregnancy tests. They even had one for cocaine. And so I think it's our responsibility to make sure that we're healthy, so that we're not making anybody else. So we're not, if we aren't healthy, we're not out there making other people unhealthy. So it's really important that we make sure that we're healthy, doing our part, and taking the test, and making sure that we are doing the right thing. And I just encourage you guys to try to lose the stigma of an HIV person, because it can happen to anybody. It does have to be the right circumstances, but that doesn't mean it can't happen to you. So this is just Rennie with a video on HIV, and I am negative.